It is time for another theme park Coastin top 10 video, where we count down the top 10 rides and attractions at theme parks all around the world. So join me today as we count down the top 10 rides at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. Starting off at number 10, we have Snails and Fairy Tales, where if you are brave enough to ride, you will get the opportunity to explore many of your favourite fairy tales on the back of a snail. However, this is not all easy snailing, because not only does this ride feature many slow twists and turns indoors, but outdoors too, which you never really see on those dark rides nowadays. And therefore, no matter whether you are a fan of snails, or fairy tales, or dark rides, or just an amazing opportunity to see a roller coaster from up close, then this is the ride for you. From a nice fairy tale ride to a spooky haunted house, taking our number 9 position, we have the Haunted Hotel. And trust me when I say this stay is anything but ordinary. Recently refurbished back in 2019, once you have boarded your 2 personal people movers, you will be set off on a journey through the hotel, seeing everything from creepy pictures on the wall to a haunted garden to even the bedrooms itself, causing even the biggest thrill seekers in the group to let out a little scream. The question is though, will you dare to have a night in the haunted hotel, or would you rather ride a slug around some fairy tales? Who here is ready to party? As for our number 8 spot, we have Disko, the most spin-tastic ride at the park. Okay, that was awful, but this ride sure isn't, with it being the park's U-shapes and Perla Disco, which for you non-theme park enthusiasts out there basically means that whilst you are jamming along to all of those tunes, you and up to 23 others sat on the circular platform will also be rising up and down on a U-shaped track. However, it is nowhere near over yet, as in addition to all of this, your car also spins around, providing an experience which you, as well as your stomach, will never ever forget. Have you ever wanted to go back in time? Well, you sure would after taking a ride on our number 7 spot, Reverse Time, which, similar to that scene in Total Wipeout where everyone spins around before starting a course, it will make you very dizzy. In terms of the ride itself though, I think just looking at it, it is quite self-explanatory, but in a nutshell, you will basically spin, and spin at a rate of 20 revolutions per minute, whilst also rising up and down. So yeah, this 3-minute ride is 100% not for the faint of heart, although if you do choose to ride, hold on tight. For our number 6 spot on our top 10 list, believe it or not, things are still getting dizzier with the Twister. And before we begin to talk about the ride experience, this ride is probably the most common attraction on the planet. So over here on Theme Park Coastin, we'd recommend riding the more unique attractions before this one. Nevertheless, if you do get the opportunity to ride, you will not be disappointed, with this 1999 Funfair Classic rotating you and up to 2 others around on a set of seats, which will also be spun around on a central platform, causing anyone to be blown away by the Twister. Ding ding. Top 5, and coming in for this position we have Log Flume, which crazily enough is the park's water ride. Although this is anything but your normal amusement park Log Flume, as instead of just having a tiny layout consisting of only one singular drop, on Log Flume you will experience a long layout over a lake consisting of not 1, not 2, but 3 dropped, with my personal favourite one being the 11-metre final plunge, really finishing off the ride with a splash. So despite there being next to nothing theming, this is not only one of the best log flumes at Great Yarmouth, but in my opinion one of the best in the UK. If you are scared of heights, then skip to number 3, as taking the number 4 position we have Skydrop, and the name does not lie. Standing at a total of 22 meters high, you'll be able to rise to the top of a tower, providing some amazing views of the park, beach and surrounding area. But before you can say that's a great view, you will plummet, bounce and rise up to the top again till the end of the ride. How cool, but also rather petrifying is that? A quick tip from us though in advance is to try to get the end of the row if you want the most intense experience, as trust me when I say after dropping on that you will surely fall in love with that ride. Here we enter the top 3 rides at the park, and taking the number 3 position we have Family Star, your classic wild mouse. But by no means does that mean it is a bad ride at all. Now as far as the theming goes for the ride, I personally don't really get the pictures on the back, and apart from that there really is nothing else. Nevertheless, the ride surely makes up for it, with you and your family being able to board a 4-person car which will rise up 2 lift hills, head around many wild mouse sharp turns and have some really fun drops all while spinning around. So if that does not make you want to ride, I honestly do not know what will. Between number 2 and number 1 it was tough, however after a lot, and I mean a lot of consideration, we have decided to put Lightning 360 at number 2. And where do I begin when talking about this incredibly intense ride? Now for starters, if you are scared of heights, it's probably best to not do this ride, as with it being positioned high above sea level, just being up there gives me the shivers. Although we are nowhere near done yet, as once you are at that height, by using the lever in between you and that other daredevil next to you, you can make yourself spin upside down. Yes, you heard me right, upside down. And for those reasons I think it is very clear to see why this is the most intense ride at the park and at the number 2 spot. We have made it to the number 1 position, and for the best ride at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach we have no other than the classic Rollercoaster, and since its debut back in 1932 this has always been a fan favourite, and for good reason. No, not because it was featured in the House of Fun official music video, but because it is genuinely such a fun attraction, and from the moment you leave the station you will know why. For me though, I love the retro charm of this ride, as still to this very day you will experience the woody roughness, airtime hills and even the brakeman, which we all know and love. Therefore, no matter whether you are a thrill seeker or not, this roller coaster is without a shadow of a doubt a must do. That is it from our top 10 video today. Of course you'll have your own opinions and we would love to see them in the comment section below. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, at the top we have got 2 videos that we know you would love, and at the bottom there is our Patreon page as well as a subscribe button. But with all that said, there is only one thing left to say. My name is Tom Derrick from Theme Park Coastin, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.